Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and stay tuned by clicking the bell icon. Corrie spoilers for next week. Character's health deteriorates and sex work twist. Coronation Street airs big events for a number of characters next week on the ITV soap, including the start of a dark storyline for one resident. Ryan Connor continues to battle a steroid addiction, which leads to him lashing out at his closest loved ones. A new storyline kicks off for him too, as he begins posting explicit content on a subscription site. Elsewhere, and Paul Foreman struggles to cope as his physical health deteriorates following his motor neuron disease diagnosis. The character ends up rowing with his partner Billy Mayhew, leading to emotional scenes. Here are the biggest moments ahead on Corrie next week. Coronation Street spoilers reveal a new storyline for Ryan Connor that could see him head down a dark path on the ITV soap. The character has had a tough year, after being attacked with acid in March. Daisy Midgley's stalker Justin threw the corrosive substance at her on her wedding day, but Ryan stepped in front of her and was hit in the face and across his body. Ryan spent weeks in hospital having numerous surgeries and skin grafts to treat his severe burns, and he has been left scared. Recent weeks have seen Ryan turning to steroid use as he continues to struggle to cope with recent events. His addiction is spiraling out of control, and next week's spoilers reveal the character will lash out at his aunt Carla Connor in a fit of rage. He will also be drawn into the world of sex work in a bid to raise cash. Spoilers for next week reveal the start of the new storyline, after Ryan recently began posting snaps of his body online, with him finding he was getting a lot of attention. But having not paid rent since moving in with his aunt and her partner Peter Barlow, he's forced to raise some cash next week. Peter reveals he owes someone £15,000, so could really do with some rent from him, and Ryan vows to do what he can. Having avoided working recently as he continues to get over the attack, he tells Carla and Peter he's heading to the bistro for some shifts. Carla is worried it's too much pressure for her nephew. Later on, Ryan receives a message from one of his social media followers, Liv, and he replies, but he's left stunned by her request, as she asks him to drop his pants and take a picture. Ryan gets an idea to try and make money from his social media posts, but Scene and Daisy warn him the only way to do that is by selling seriously dodgy pictures. After a moment with Daisy later in the week, Ryan struggles with his emotions. He makes his way onto the Ovid's website and creates a new profile and posts his first video. Soon enough, Liv is messaging him again and demands more content, while his account gains new subscribers. With the money flowing in, Ryan later receives a message from a man called Guy offering to pay for some private photos. Ryan takes his top off and carefully hides his scars as he adds more to his profile. Guy offers him £100 for a video of his full body and face, but will he go through with it? Coronation Street's Paul Foreman is left emotional next week as his health and mobility continue to deteriorate, months on from his motor neuron disease diagnosis. The character, played by Peter Ash, recently learned he had the condition and that there was no cure. MND is a condition that affects the brain and nerves, and sadly it eventually leads to death, while patients can live with the disease for many years. Paul was diagnosed earlier this year after struggling to use his hand, with him told he may only have 3 years to live at most. Since then, his right leg and foot muscles have weakened, meaning his mobility has declined. Next week, Paul will suffer a fall as the issues with his leg worsen. Paul does his best to cover, secretly dismayed at his deterioration, while partner Billy Mayhew will return home with a walking aid for him to use. When Paul admits the walking aid will take some getting used to, Billy suggests he uses a wheelchair instead, but Paul's mortified at the idea. Later, he and twin sister Gemma are surprised with a joint birthday party, and he's left overwhelmed. Gemma suggests Paul takes her son Bryn to the playground for a bit, but when the little one runs off, Paul sets chase and takes a fall. Peter Barlow is horrified as he catches Bryn running away before finding Paul on the floor. Back at the flat, Paul admits he can't manage the stairs, so Billy asks for Todd's help to carry Paul up to their home. Paul is humiliated as his mobility worsens, and he agrees it might be time to install a stairlift up to the flat. If you like the video, don't forget to like, comment and share.